I didn't start racing until I was 21. I wasn't brought up with racing, I wasn't brought up with motorbikes or anything, but I met a lad when I was at grammar school that was British trials champion, so that was the kickstart to it, and I did a lot of begging then to my parents to get a trials bike. But I got a TY175 when I was about 15, I think it was, so that was the start of my love for motorbikes really. Once I started winning some races, I wanted to move up, so yeah, the success kept getting a bit of a kickback as I moved up, but I still loved going. You take it a little bit for granted when you're racing, and also once you've had some success and you want more success, the weekends pass quickly without really thinking about it if you don't have the success, because you're just not happy all the time. So yeah, it changes quite a lot, and I have to remind myself quite a bit as to the fact that I am lucky to be able to ride these bikes and to enjoy the weekend sometimes regardless of the result. Trigger point for it was qualifying badly at Silverstone, and we had a problem with the bike in qualifying, and I qualified, I think I was 14th. So starting back there was far from ideal, and then the weather on the day was horrendous. It was very, very wet. I had no option but to go sort of round the outside at turn 1. Obviously turn 1's very wide at Silverstone. I left myself vulnerable, but from where I was starting so far back, I had no option. And then a rider sort of had a high side on the inside and just clipped my front wheel, but didn't like completely wipe me out. It just knocked me off the side of the bike. So I ended up laid in the middle of the track with everyone else still to come through, and obviously so much spray and the conditions as they were, I ended up getting ridden over by the last man on the grid, so that was that. Yeah, I was just devastated really. I mean, I'd put so much into my career and just come back from the TT winning all 5 races in a week. Everything was just like brilliant at the time, and then I'm laid on the floor with my leg hanging off, you know, the bone was out at the back of my levers, and it was a lot of panic and a lot of why me, you know. I suppose up till then I've been lucky. I'd done 10 years of racing and only broken a collarbone throughout the whole lot. Some people get broken something every single year, and I just got it all in one big hit. Well, I was in a bad way for a good month, like a real bad way, in hospital. So yeah, most of that I don't really remember too much. I was a lot of hallucinating and all that going on. When I came out of there, I just wanted to get back as quick as I could really. So I gave myself a 3-month target as if you break your tibia, which obviously I didn't have a broken tibia, I had no tibia left. If I'd genuinely known at the time that it was going to take 2-3 years or whatever, I don't know how I could have ever kept pushing to come back racing. The biggest factor for me was that it took time to become a TT winner in the first place. I won in 2007, changed teams in 2009 and got back to a couple of wins, then in 2010 got the 5 wins. So it was sort of like, right, this is it now, you know, I'm off, and then it got stopped. So I couldn't accept that. But yeah, between 2010 and 2021 now, there's like 6 TTs I've either missed or ridden with broken leg or significant injuries to not be able to go and win races. So I look at that and think, even if you put 4 TTs down, it's 20 races that I've missed out on that I think that I should have had a fair chance at. I just keep wanting to come back and get those wins that I should have got. I get a lot of messages off people, anyone that sort of breaks their leg in bike racing now, contact me. I just say that in the grand scheme of things, when you are at the end of it, even if it does take a year or 2 years, whatever, you're a long time in life. For 2 years, it actually is nothing, you know, throughout your lifespan. So I've managed to go on and race for another 10 years after it and get smashed up again and come back. So yeah, I think you've just got to keep pushing on. It's not the end.